Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Throwing, Jones. Completes it to Davis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
The last two plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Now Jones. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he stopped immediately there.
Chris Barnes there on the stop. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off the bootleg, Jones. He'll buy some time right. Got a man complete to Miller. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Jones out to his left. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Brevin Jordan, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
play action. Now Rodgers. Throw left side, complete to Harry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play that time on the catch and run. First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Well, this, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here into the hands of Harry. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deontay, and the Cardinals force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this defense for the Rams, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
On second down, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Touchdown, Cardinals. Scotty Miller with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Rams nothing.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
53 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got it.
And the Rams are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important third down conversion right there because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up first and goal.
Taylor is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the Cardinals' 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Now a third and goal situation as this Arizona defense tries to stand tall once more.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Gonzalez's kick is good.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Jones hit and the ball's out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Defensively, it was Avonte Maddox with the tackle. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And 6 yards to go.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Parsons. And the Cards are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, right?
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up, maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
Dancing to his left. He'll get this off to Taylor. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
And that'll make it third down.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On third down, here's Taylor. Room here to run. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 22. 107 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Rodgers will throw for it. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Jones.
A throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Third quarter action here in this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Jones eluding the pressure right. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 46-yard line.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Hey, check.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Catch is made by Harry. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. Mike 5'9".
On 3rd down, Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Mike check 33.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one down to about the 40.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Catch is made by Harry. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Check back. Mike check 33.
On play action, it's Rodgers. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Hey, check Mike.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Definitely not how you want to start things on first down, and you don't want to panic. A field goal could get you closer, but you have to think to yourself, we even get another shot. At this point, to me, the thinking has to be touchdown or bust.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Jonathan Taylor,
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have taken the lead.
So it was the passing game that got him down here. The closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they loved the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
And meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped up just short of the first down at the Cardinals' 15-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Last time was a pretty one play and an interception. To see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Fighting middle once more, complete. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 26. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off inside the 10. And the Rams have just about sewn up this football game. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Because CD, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. So the LA Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for LA,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.